Greetings everyone, it's Grover here and we're looking at a couple videos, two games today of Clan Battle Season 20 of ship compositions that should not work but did. Now in the first game we're looking at the team I'm on with SCC and Antonio from TNG. We've taken out 7 Salems. 7 Salems in Clan Battle Season 20 when you got 2 BBs and everything else. This will be interesting at map. We're facing Resin. They're quite a good team. They're already in Typhoon, so this would be their lower rating that they're just trying to level up, because within 2 or 3 days of this happening, there wouldn't have been many teams in the Typhoon bracket for them to play, so the game queues would have been long, so I understand why they switched to their rating. But they've taken a Colombo, Montana, Nevsky, I think Gehring, Napoli, and a DM against 7 Salems. And if you're reading the chat, they're unhappy because they're like, of all the maps we could have got up against 7 Salems, this one apparently favours us. So our tactics are simple here. We're going to move into Charlie Cap. I've got Fuzz on my port side myself. We're going to take overlapping fire if we can get into position. Now the Salem, it's got 203mm guns, quick rate of fire. She's got the super heavy shells for the AP with the improved ricochet angles. The information's on the wiki if you don't know what that means. That means in close, even when about 60 to 67% angled, your AP will hurt targets, which I will tell you in advance I did not use enough in these 2 videos, because we got 2 videos, so you think this could be a one-off. Now we were running 7 Salems a few times and it worked more than enough, so we've got a second game after this particular one as well. So Fuzz is going to drive into Charlie Cap from the northwest, and I'm going to try and take up position here on this island in front of me and point to the northeast. So we're going to get overlapping fields of fire. And through segments of this video, we are going to swap to another Salem. I've got the replay from another player from my team, and we're going to watch that. I'm detected here, so here come the presents. I am sitting broadside. I've just gone, oh F. Soviets in a beautiful Montana there. He should have clapped me, but he missed. Dark, it does get a few salvos on me. Nothing that is tragically bad. I beat here. I'll live, take a bit of damage, but I'm in the position I wanted to be in, because Dark's going to have his own issue in a few minutes. So priority 1 safe. I got into position, still taking damage, but Fuzz is in the cap, and we're locking him down. What makes this tactic a little bit funny is we're locking down, and it's just a DPM that we can put out with these cruisers. Alright, first heal's done. DD's backing up. I thought these should have actually hit, but they fall short. But and here we're swapping to Mr. Mayhem as the 5 boat push is turning Soviet into a bit of a bonfire. Continues just a HE spam, and we've got a couple more Salems just pushing in to Dark Angels DM here. So the call here is pretty simple. We're going to hold up at Charlie, and these 3 Salems with the other 2 are just going to push. Their first job is to kill that DM. Once they dislodge him, it should make it a little bit easier. We're not going to mention the aiming here of Mr. Mayhem. The Soviet's doing a pretty good job of dodging, but he's taking a lot of fire. And this just goes to show that sometimes DPM, like yes, the Salems can be clapped, but the DPM that they can output is just phenomenal. Colombo comes in, aimed a little bit high, but just clips him. This DM of Dark is in big trouble, but we move. I'm getting some DD fun up north. gearing is spotted. We got overlapping arcs of fire, so if they try to flank Fuzz here, I'm literally there to cover up his rear and vice versa. So they really can't come from the front or the rear. So we've locked down Charlie. And maybe this map was perfect, but it makes it very, very difficult for the opponents. And they played this well. They tried a few tactic, and it just didn't work out for their favour. I gave away the ending. Bad me. Fuzz throws up his radar, and here's the gearing again. There goes Dark's DM. So we've cleared the south. South is clear. We've got 5 Salems to push into a cap. A little bit of light damage on that destroyer. Don't get me wrong, taking these kind of DPM boats, we're giving up range for radar, we're giving up hydro, so we can only run one or the other. You can't run both hydro and radar as you can on Des Moines. So we move back south. The Colombo is being focused hard here. We've got a massive smoke cloud to block Soviet Baguette from taking any more HE shell. The Nevsky's pretty far out of the game. He's just damage farming at max range, and these BBs are both on the run. So at this point, we are, with 7 Salems, are up 1 boat, and we are getting our 3rd cap. 3rd cap, we are driving 2 BBs off. Just think about that. Cruisers are driving off BBs. Right, moving back north, and this is an impressive move. Fryst tries to come in to take us both out because they have to dislodge us. They can't just sit there. They don't have the BBs to punish Fuzz or me anymore. They need to get kills and trades and win and take the cap. So they're doing what they could. Fryst is coming in, but this is the overlapping fields of fire, so he has to keep nose into me, and I'll take a big clap there. Nose into me, but then he's opening himself up to Fuzz with the AP. He obviously can't use his smoke either. Aiming a little bit high so it doesn't clap those rocks. And there's a big sit, the rear turret. There we go. Napoli's down. Even though the DD is open watering me, I can now focus him at 1v1. So we traded. The enemy team's lost 3 boats. We've lost 1 Salem so far. I will admit I go down eventually here. I will kill the DD that you'll see, but I move forward to engage the Nevsky, and I eat a set of gearing torps. He threw 2 at me earlier. I didn't anticipate that he had a rack ready, so that was my bad. I thought he already had blown them up, but not to be, so he gets a flesh wound. But still, we trade out 2 for 2, and we retain the cap, so the enemy team can't get it. We're in the 930s here. So moving over now, we're looking at Mayhem's clip again. So we trade, we're in the 940s. So we're looking at Mayhem Salem. It's pretty healthy at this stage. This is a special moment. So this is where the focus fire starts having an effect. I go down to the torps just as we're about to win. Mayhem does get pretty hard hit by the Monty shells. Nevsky's opening up on him. He's gone nose in as well as he can to angle, and he has stopped. Mayhem. Double flood. He's dying, and we win. We got to 1,000 at that point. Moving on to game 2. So 6 Salems. A D square has to be different. He takes a Des Moines, but we're facing up against 2 Schlieffens and 5 Puerto Ricos. So similar concept of they probably got a push comp, and the Puerto Rico's got a little bit of trollish armor, but slow rate of fire. So just to show you that the tactic doesn't work once, it can work multiple times. And you don't need BBs for the win. DPM is king. So we're doing a 5-2 split, 5 to the home cap to push or kite, depending on the enemy's composition. And we got 2 going to Charlie, just without DPM and radar. If they send something there, we can kite, we can push. I speed it up here because the first couple of minutes of the game are a little bit... No one wants a replay that sits there for doing nothing. I did change my Salem build. The first game I only had 49,000 hit points. I put on Survivability Expert because the 4 of us that didn't have it got memed by the other 3, so we had some captain rebuilds for that, so people put proper captains on. Or a couple Puerto Ricos are on the enemy's cap. Our forces are splitting up. You got Aragorn's Salem is coming towards the mid. You got D Square and Devagogo. They are kiting out with their Salem Des Moines. Mayhem is trying to turn out, and Akira. Special mention to Akira. He mustn't have got the turnout order. He turns into the Rock. Nose in to 7 enemy ships. Fuzz is running a range mod here. I prefer reload, so I'm not in range to engage the PA. You can see he's got AP shells going here. He starts chunking them up pretty nicely, pretty quickly. In this particular game, it's key that the cruisers on the... Even though we had 5 cruisers, they didn't stay nose in to get melted by the Schlieffens and the AP from the boats. They kited out. They kept... Well, except Akira, who just is first blood. They kept range. They kept doing damage with their DPM and having the enemy ships in this. So we're down the boat, but we're 2 caps up, or cap up, 2 caps to 1. Puerto Rico's half, but the damage trade is pretty good, and there goes the first Schlieffen. Focus fire of the 4 remaining Salems on that flank, and they take down the Schlieffen. Like we may have lost a Salem, but enemy team loses a BB literally for not much return. The enemy team's playing well. They're pushing, they're focusing. You can see they focus down 1 Salem at a time, like what we're doing to their boats. We've called out a focus target, and everyone is shooting at him. We lose a boat numero 2. No split one on this one, but enemy team should lose a boat to counter our loss. There he goes down. And this Puerto Rico, right in front of us, we got 3 on 1. Fuzz is getting AP into his booty. Rather than pushing straight in and then potentially having a 4v1, I go north. In retrospect, I should have just kept it going straight. Used the island to cover my side, and I could have just used the AP close and really hurt that enemy boat. There was no reason to go around this island, disengage. We had Aragorn to the north here. And easy secure by me. real effort on that one. So at this point, we're up a boat. We're down a cap. Our two remaining boats on the one line, Devagogo and D Square, they are kiting, but they're doing effective fire. And you got Aragorn here with the AP from Salem hitting another Puerto Rico, the home cap from the side. So we're not all in one square. We're trying to get angles upon the enemy. As you can see by doing that, the AP will work phenomenally well from the Salem. Or the token DM, who isn't good enough to play as Salem. Calling you out, D Square. We're just staying away from the secondaries. Don't want to be melted, but with two HE boats slinging from those and the AP from the side, this vessel's not here for long. There we go, we secure that up. At this point, we still got 5 boats to 3, even though we're capped down. Our forces on the one line, they've turned around, they're re-engaging. We've got 3 boats in the middle, so this is just a mop-up operation. So hopefully you have enjoyed episode 1 of ship comps that should not work, but did in clan battles. 7 Salems, cough cough, 1 Des Moines for the second game. But just the DPM, the health point pool, super heavy AP shells, the HE if they're not giving enough side. Don't be afraid. You may not be game enough to run 7 Salems, but my God, there's no restriction on them. Take 4. You know, like you saw how BBs melted with a focused fire. That doesn't mean put all 7 boats in one square, because that's not going to work. You still have to approach them from different angles. This game will be winding up, but this one we're not going to lose. We do beat the enemy team. They put up a good fight. So again, the better cruisers won. Sorry, Puerto Rico, for all your grinding, you can't beat the Salem. The original first coal boat from memory in patch 7.6. She came out about roughly the same time that Stalingrad did, and she's still a super strong boat. So if you haven't got her, do look at her. She is different enough from a DM to worth considering. Last PR's just sitting there going, you know, I can't win. So if you have enjoyed this video, please click on the subscribe button. I am going to bring you more ship comps that should not work. Or if you have a comp that you ran in Clan Battle Season 20, send me a video and I will feature it in things that should not work but did in Clan Battle Season 20. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the game.